have you set up on my printer in my studio right now. So it's been a while. I have been up to a lot of stuff, a lot of schoolwork, of course, because I started school in August. I am studying agriculture, so I am going to get a bachelor's degree in natural resources. So we have been doing a lot of just the basics of agriculture. We've been out in the field also studying soil and soil types and all of the things that go into analyzing the soil for agriculture. So that has kept me busy, and then of course client work, because that is how I am financing my studying. I also got a new tattoo. It's not done, but we did the lines last time, and then I think I'm going to go finish it at the beginning of next year, and we're going to do my entire arm, so fill all of this up and maybe doing some changes to the already existing tattoos. So that's exciting. I also spent a weekend babysitting my partner's animals, so his dog and cat came here, so I had 3 cats and 3 dogs. Dogs get along quite well. The cats did not, even though Tyra has played with Kurri, so my partner's cat, when she was younger, but she clearly did not remember that, so I had to keep them sort of separate and switch out the sides. So that was a whole project. So yeah, I have been filming a little here and there. So in some of the clips you'll see the autumn is not quite far along yet, and then it is actually now the beginning of October. So the last stuff that I have filmed is from October. So from August to October, quite a big span. The chicken run actually needed a little bit of trimming, but I decided to first handpick some weeds to dry for the chickens for winter as a little treat. And then I trimmed down the entire chicken run. And actually one of the things that also has kept me pretty busy is that I made a new social media account on Instagram and TikTok for sort of all of my studies and pets and yard work and housework in general, with a specific sort of focus on the pets and animal welfare. It's in Finnish, so maybe not relevant, but the content is pretty similar to what I upload here. So now there is sort of like an Instagram version of that, because I felt like it wasn't really working to put that stuff on my art Instagram. So there is now a new Instagram. I'll leave the link in the comments if you want to see Finnish content. My dream eventually would be to start some sort of animal sanctuary here, and be able to take in some pets in need of a home, and specifically bunnies and horses would be like my dream animals to rescue, but that is still a bit of time away, because I need a lot of resources that I currently don't have for that stuff. But this is sort of the groundwork, and that is what I am working towards, I guess. So on today's agenda was some trimming, specifically of the old riding paddock, which definitely doesn't look like a riding paddock anymore. But I still hold out hope that I can save this and use it for something at some point, because the groundwork is pretty well done. There's a lot of sand here underneath. So what we wanted to do today was to trim some of the weeds and grass and actually like take it away so it doesn't decompose and build up and create sort of mulch and stuff on top of the sand. So I started very ambitiously thinking I was going to trim the entire riding paddock, but at some point I realized that I felt like it was going to take a week. So instead I just focused on the parts along the stable where there's a lot of weeds and they grow really big and high and clearly have been building up. You could already see it was like the height difference of the ground was higher closer to the stable where those really big weeds were. So I trimmed that down and my mom helped me to take it to the compost so it can decompose there instead of here. Not quite sure what I'm going to make of this riding paddock, but I guess time will tell. I did definitely think about the fact that this would be a lot easier and there would be a lot less work for me if I had goats or sheep to take care of this riding paddock and keep it in better condition. But for now, I guess I have to just trim it myself. I also decided to do my first pumpkin carving ever. I haven't done it previous years. I just cut out everything that is edible on the pumpkin and then I throw the rest away. But this year I decided to try and carve out, and if I could save enough for a soup and a cake, then I would be carving the rest of the pumpkin, but if not, then I would have cut it up. But I did manage to get quite a bit of pumpkin out of it, and I made a delicious soup and a cake, even though the glazing was a little bit runny, but the taste was absolutely amazing. Loved it.